All right, this is going to be End of the Line by the Allman Brothers. We're going to start out. This is Warren Haynes and Dickey Betts. Turn it up. We're going to have this little here. 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's look at what we got. So we got part of like a D minor 7 kind of chord. We got these two 10s in the middle there, D and G strings. We wait for the 1, 3, 4, 1. So we got the 10s to the 12s and the same two strings in back. You can kind of go. You'd have a little extra 12 on that D string before those next 10s. So we 3, 4, 1. Okay, so bump, bump, boo down. Now you can kind of just skip that. It's kind of like not that important, I don't think. So 3, 4, 1. You just could have a chick in there instead of trying to do that 12. 3, 4, 1. Then you got this 12 on the D, 12 on the A, 10, 12 on the D. So 3, 4, 1. And then you have a fill. So 12th fret G string going up and down to that D note down there on the 4th string. So we got 3, 4, 1. So that went dum, dum, da, da, dee, doo, da, dum. And then. So you have a 3, nothing on the D, open 3. So a C add 9 kind of thing to a B in the bass, like a B with a G. Those chords are going to be coming up later in verses too. And then this last one, you kind of, on an upbeat, you go back to that C bass one. So it's going to be 3, 4, 1. And then the second thing begins. Okay, so you kind of rake up and bend that 15. Take it down, pull it off to the 13. And then you have a 15 and a bend. 2 bends on that 13 to that 15. So. And then it ends with F, C, G. So the F there is 8, 7, 5, 6. You could do, I suppose, any F you want. But F, the C's are those 5s on the D down to the B. And then the G with the double 3s on the bottom. You don't really need to worry about that 3 there, that 2nd fret of the A string. Sometimes you just hit that more kind of open chord. Okay, so let's go through all that. 3 and 4 and 1. And it finishes with a dun, 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 has a let riff, and then F, C, G. Now we have verse. D, C add 9, G with a B bass, back to D, C add 9, G bass, now B flat bass. So that's 1st fret of the 5th string to C. And then we have this little riff. Okay, so that was a little bend on the 5 on the 2nd string. Back to the 5, 3, and then a chord on the D down to B strings. 301 to 503, like an F to a G type thing. So once again, the verse was. Just kind of do whatever you want with the picking within those chords. C add 9, G with a B bass, and then this is like G with a B bass, but it's like a B flat 6 to the C bend thing. Okay, the second time you got the same chords. D, C add 9, G with a B, back to D, C add 9, G with a B, B flat 6, this time A power chord. Okay, A power chord for a little bit, and then we got this C thing. So that's back into the intro riff. So let's take a good look at this new part coming off this C. 3-5-7 on the A. Slide that 7 down off the A. We hit those 5s on the D and G underneath that. To the G. That was 5-7, 5-7-5, and then D chord. Here we did the 7 to 9 on the A. To those 7s on the middle strings there. So 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that was the same stuff, and then open to 2 in the D string. To that 3 open 1 chord again, so it's 3-2 open on the D to a 3 open open, and then 3-2 open big G, the rest of that chord. So the last part of this is, and then we have that. This is a new way to do kind of the B flat chord. 1-3 open 3. And you could go to that same shape, or you could just go to a C chord there. Okay, so that whole break. Back to the top. Okay, then we got Dickey's solo starts. We got. Okay, so we'll break it down. We're going to bend this 13 on the E string. We got. So we had the initial bend and then 4 more, and then we're back to the regular 13, and then we have this riff. Okay, so we got. So 10, 13, 10, 13, 10, and then a rake to the 15. And if you can get 2 strings, to kind of make it more nasty, that sounds cool too. Or extra big bend each way, either way, you know, so. To the 10. So that was 10, 13, 10 to 12, 10, 10, 13, and then. And then we have this quick one. So we bend up the 12, 10, 10, pull off, 10, 10, pull off here to the 12, and then 10, 13 into 15, kind of buy yourself a little time right there. So once again, it's. And then we kind of rake up. So you have a bunch of bends on the 15. Eventually you hit just the 15, and then you bend the 13 a couple times, and then come down, hit that 15 on the second string, and then you have this descending riff. So 13, 14, 12 down, pull off, 10 to 13, and then a little rake, 12, 13, 10. Half step bend on that 12 to this 12. Kind of bigger bend there to the 11, and then. Okay, so that's the solo. Then you got Warren Haynes' slide solo. C add 9, G with the B bass, B flat 6, D, C add 9 again, G with the B, B flat 6, D. Now we go G, the D, twice, C add 9, G with the B, D. Now we got another verse, same chords with the verse. D, C add 9, G with the B, D, C add 9, G, B, B flat, got that A, and back into the intro. And they jam out on that intro and do some solos and stuff. So I could do maybe more on this, maybe get into some of that Warren Haynes slide thing eventually, but this should get you going on End of the Line, Allman Brothers, when they got back together in like the late 80s with Warren and Dickey and everything. So peace out. Talk to you soon.